Welcome back to Inner Calling Astrology and the weekly Starcast. What do the planets have to say this week? Monday. The sun is in Aquarius and the full moon is in Leo. Last night at 5:08 p.m., the Leo moon moved into a precise opposition to the Aquarius sun, heralding the Leo full moon. The full moon is a time of culmination, perhaps of something you began when this Leo moon was new in July of 2025. At the full moon, something is being revealed. With the moon at its brightest, our attention is drawn to things we may not have formerly noticed with the same clarity. Leo represents the king of the jungle. Leo is about leadership and the ruling class. With the Aquarian sun, the sign of the rebel, now shining a spotlight on the Leo moon, the abuses of those in power are more readily visible. It's a call to take ownership of your own life and not fall asleep as an oligarchy robs you of your voice and agency. Leo is also the sign of the creative inner child. So express yourself, play. Don't let bad actors rob you of your joy. Monday until 5:54 p.m. is favorable for making connections and contacts for plans you'd like to see flourish. Monday, the moon is void from 5:54 p.m. to 10:21 p.m. So take action only on something you'd like to discontinue. Tuesday and Wednesday. The sun is in Aquarius and the moon is now in service-oriented Virgo. Justice and opportunity for the collective is the motivating force for Aquarius, and Virgo thrives on being of service. So perfect days to hone those social activism skills. And with Uranus, the planet of sudden changes and revolution, just having moved out of retrograde motion last night, we should see some considerable momentum in that direction. Uranus has been in retrograde motion since September of 2025. This signaled a period of review and re-examination. Now that Uranus is in direct motion, it moves forward in its orbital path, covering new innovative ground. And as I always say when Uranus goes direct, expect the unexpected. Tuesday and Wednesday are unfavorable for making connections and initiating plans for projects you'd like to see flourish. Thursday and Friday. The sun remains in unpredictable Aquarius, and the moon is in partnership-loving, serenity-seeking Libra. Perhaps we can find unexpected ways of connecting with others. On Friday, Mercury, the planet of learning and perception, moves out of the sign of Aquarius, the rebel, and into the sign of Pisces, the mystic. Our attention is shifted from this battleground we call Earth to a view from above. It's as if we can all step into a hot air balloon, rise a few thousand feet above our circumstances, and look at our lives from a distance in which our problems seem further away and the divine feels closer. Thursday and Friday are unfavorable for making connections and initiating plans for projects you'd like to see flourish. Saturday and Sunday. The sun is in Aquarius and the moon moves from Libra into Scorpio at 2:15 p.m. Saturday. The day begins with Libran energy, which is calming and soothing. Picture yourself sitting in a majestic opera house listening to Mozart. Then, as the moon transits into Scorpio, imagine a rock group suddenly steps onto the stage, cranking out the song Cry Me a River, a hard-hitting tune about intimate betrayal. Suddenly, you're attuned to the darker and more challenging side of life. Perhaps it makes you think of a time when you've been hurt and you realize that you're not completely healed from that incident. Not pleasant to think about, but there's comfort in knowing that someone understands how you feel. And now you have the option of processing that wound more thoroughly if you choose. Saturday from 2:15 p.m. through all day Sunday is favorable for initiating contacts and plans for projects you'd like to see flourish. Saturday 7 a.m. to 2:15 p.m. the moon is void, so take action only on something you'd like to discontinue. Thanks for watching. Tune in next Monday to the weekly Starcast. And remember, it's never too late to be who you are. This is Maxine of Inner Calling Astrology, wishing you a blessed week.